Facebook. It's Karla Silver. I'm super excited to be here with you today. I have truly one of the most amazing guests you'll ever see on any Facebook Live ever. And a couple things before I get going. We're going to get rocking and rolling. Hey guys, I see you, Lily. I see Roz. Right on. If you would just give me a, just make sure that you can hear me. If you would write, I can hear you, or something to that effect in the live, that would help me out. That would be fantastic. Honestly, we're going to get down and talk about branding today. And branding is one of my, honestly, it's one of my favorite subjects. And it's a subject that people get wrong all the time. I want to just say that I look at it this way, and I put this in the comments before we got started announcing that we were going to do this live. What if you could look like $1 million every single time any prospect anywhere on the face of the planet checked you out? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, right? We don't have to, as marketers, we don't actually have to go out of our house, because we can actually get dressed up in our Neiman Marcus outfits every single day by doing this one time. And I actually don't love the word branding, because to me, branding feels like, I don't know, Toyota or Coca-Cola. It's really like putting your online presence in order, making sure that you are portraying yourself and your brand, what you stand for, your morals, your values, all of that in a way that communicates powerfully to your perfect prospect, and best of all, attracts that perfect prospect to you. So I'm going to bring Shannon Lavinia out in just 1 second. But before I do that, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Karla Silver. I help network marketers build and automate their businesses online so they can rank up, make more money, and most importantly, spend more time with the people we love most in our lives. Because isn't that why we got started in our network marketing businesses in the first place? So to that end, blah, 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 drum roll, drum roll. Hey, Mark, thank you. Good to see you. I'm going to just keep you in suspense 2 more seconds. Hey, Mark, thanks for letting me know. Hey, Meryl, thanks for the comps. Appreciate you. Right on, right on. So before I get going, I announced here on Facebook Live, I think it was maybe 1 Sunday ago, that I am opening up. Usually every year I have a very, very small event for my customers and people that I've been able to help. Well, this year I'm opening it up to people just like you that are serious about building their network marketing business, and most importantly, are serious about building your business online. That event is taking place in beautiful San Diego, September 7th, 8th, and 9th. And guess what? That is only 49 days from now. 49 days. The summer will be over in 49 days from now. And I've put together a quick website. It's just a letter from me, a personal letter from me to you, that'll give you all the information and everything that you want to know about how to attend and what to do as far as making a decision, a powerful decision on how you're going to play out the rest of 2018. So you can check out that website. It's events.karlasilver.com/personal. It's a personal letter from me to you, and only you, if you are super serious about building your business and leveraging this wonderful thing that we're on right now called the internet. So with that said, I am super duper excited to bring out my amazing partner in this live today. She is an amazing entrepreneur. I had the great good fortune of bumping into her, I guess, meeting her for the very first time back in 2004. Doesn't that make us feel kind of old at this point? Back in 2004, and I watched her at that point. She was already at the top of the industry, and she stayed there all these years, and she's literally helped, I would say tens of thousands, but it's probably at this point hundreds of thousands of other entrepreneurs get from where they were to where they want to be. And that includes everything. And what she's bringing to the table, and the conversation that we're going to have today, is about branding, how you can best position yourself online. So Shannon, say a few words, and then I've got a couple questions for you. Take it away, girlfriend.
Hey everyone, I'm very excited to be here with you guys, and I'm very excited for everything that you guys are creating. And back at you, Karla. Karla's a total rock star. I absolutely adore her. We are partnered in Gutsy Girls Marketing, and it's exciting to work with other powerful women, women who are really changing the face of the internet today and are trendsetters and creating a lot of success. So I'm excited to see you guys at Karla's event. It's going to be over the top and amazing, and we are going to have a phenomenal time. And I'm excited for today's conversation too, because this is a conversation that Karla and I have a lot in pretty much anything that we create. So back over to you, Karla.
Well, I just want to start out. I know we weren't going to talk about this, but you just made me think about this. I just want to start out by stressing something that it's a simple principle, but a lot of people forget it. You are your brand. If you are a brand new marketer and you're listening to me for the very first time, you are not your company. As a matter of fact, that is one of the biggest mistakes that both Shannon and I see. And every time we see it, when somebody's saying, hey, buy my X company stuff, or I have a great, everybody's on fire at X company, and they put the company name in their Facebook page or anything, or their products, both of us just go, please stop doing that. That is not what I know that's not what social media is for. But I have a question for you, Shannon. Why is branding, first of all, why is branding important for a newbie and somebody that has been around for a while? And why does it matter for their business?
Okay, good. So before I do this, before I answer this super, super powerful question, I want to make sure that everybody has a notepad and a pen or something that you can take some notes on, because I'm going to give you some really solid golden nuggets. And
I know I'm taking notes.
Good. If you take this information to heart, it will transform your business. Now, I know that's a big, bold promise, but I 100% promise you that you will see a substantial change in your business if you apply this. So everybody, little thumbs up there or anything that you got. And I also want to make sure that you guys tag a couple people in the comments below, or share this Facebook Live, because one of the best things that you can do is share this content with anybody that you want to empower in their branding or marketing. So if you're a team leader, or you've got a new team, or you've got friends in your company that you want to share this with, go ahead and tag them, because it is going to be very powerful. And the whole reason that I'm so passionate about branding is because it really was $1 million mistake for me. And I want to help you avoid it, because it was a very painful lesson. And I'll share with you a little bit of backstory, but I was the #1 earner in a company for 7 years. And I worked in a direct selling company. I was #1. And during that time, I built a phenomenal team. I was on stages all around the world. I had made millions of dollars. And the one thing that I didn't do was brand myself. So when that company went out of business, I was a virtual nobody. Virtual nobody. I had been marketing just to capture leads. I wasn't marketing with a brand. I wasn't marketing with anything about, who I was. I was doing very secretive stuff. And ultimately, it crashed and burned. And during that time, the marketplace really changed. And nowadays, it's so competitive online that if you are not standing out, then you're just going to get ignored. And I hear it from people all the time that are like, I'm doing Facebook Lives, but nobody's watching them. I've got a blog, but nobody's looking at it. I'm posting, but nobody's reading them. Well, why is that? Okay, so here's 2 things that I'm going to tell you that are really big, and I'm going to answer that why is that question. And the why is because the attention span of the average internet user has dwindled from 10 seconds down to 1.5 seconds. So between 1.5 seconds and 3 seconds is really your golden opportunity to capture someone's attention. And I want you to think about this, think about it this way. And this might not be, you might not be this type of person, but in business, you really have to think of like this type of person. Let's say that you were going to a party and your goal was that when you walked into that room, everybody noticed, right? Everyone was like, wow, who's that just walked in the room? And you were planning your outfit, you were planning how you were going to walk into the room, you were planning all of that with the goal of getting everybody's eyes on you walking into that party. And you've seen that person. You've been at a party and even if you didn't want to notice them, you were like, wow, that person has it together, right? Maybe it was a woman who wears, a red dress and some red high heels and her hair's all done and she's got the perfect bag. Or it's a guy, I was at an event the other day with Karla, and there was a guy there who was in a very sharp blue suit, a Louis Vuitton belt. The guy had it together. It turns out we find out that he was, a celebrity. So he's probably had some coaching on that, right? But we all noticed. So online, you want to be that person that when you enter into the party online, everybody's looking at you. And they're looking at you because you're so well dressed, you're so well put together, your message is so good that they just can't keep their eyes off you. Now, what does that look like for a new marketer? Well, the biggest mistake that a lot of newbies make, and they kind of get into this mindset of, well, I haven't made any money yet. People are asking me how much money I'm making and I haven't made any yet, right? And they're really in the have of be, do, have. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with be, do, have, you want to go look at Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Or you can get my husband's book, Integrity is Everything. You can get it right on Amazon. He talks all about be, do, have. So people are like, well, if I had the success, then I could be a leader. Well, no, there's a little trick that I'm going to teach you right now. You can be a leader before you ever have success. And you're like, what? How can I do that? Well, how do you know someone's a leader when you go online and you look at their stuff? Are they posting pictures of their bank account? No. Are they posting pictures of their check? Well, some do, but not most, right? The way that you know they're a leader is because you can tell just by looking at their social media profiles. They have custom designed headers. They have great photographs taken of them. They're putting out little images with quotes that have their logo on it, right? It takes you to their website, which has the pictures of them and great shots, like you can really tell that person has their stuff together just by looking at the imagery of what's on their site. That's how you be the leader and attract people like you are the leader before you ever make a penny. And that ultimately is what is very, very, very much needed these days because you're competing with everybody else. And there's two types of people online, two types. And I want you to write these down, right? Write it down on your paper. And then you're going to circle the one that you want to be. You're either going to be a brand builder or you're going to be a product pusher. Those are the two types of people online, a brand builder or a product pusher. Circle the one that you want to be. One makes a lot more money than the other. Can you guess which one? Put it down there in the comments. Can you guess which one makes a lot more money? Italy in the house. All right. Now, see, that was a great photograph. I can tell just from his profile pic. That's a great profile picture, right? So a brand builder is going to make a lot more money than a product pusher. And you can expand your brand. So let's say you decide you want to work with a different company, or you want to launch your own products, right? A lot of people know that I launched a skincare line, right? That skincare line is part of my overall brand. It's a brand expansion, right? So now I can sell another type of product, or another type of business, or I can sell my own courses, or I can, like Karla has an event coming up, right? Because you're a brand builder and you're building an audience around your brand, not just around one type of product that's part of someone else's brand. So that was a long answer to a very powerful question. Back to you, Karla.
It's even more important nowadays. I just want to talk a little bit more about the climate out there. You know, I talk to a lot of marketers and they're like, well, nothing is going to happen to my business. Well, the business that you and I were in, we were there for 7 years. I never in a million years could ever have thought that anything would happen to that business. But there is a lot happening over the last 3 to 4 years. Endless, especially this year. Big, huge companies have been shut down for various reasons. You and I have, or I've worked with a company that decided to abandon the U.S. market. We worked with companies where a shift in leadership happened. They were out of integrity, and you can't. There's just a million, or maybe you just find a different opportunity that really sings to your soul. There are a million reasons not to brand your company and to really spend the time on branding you. And the coolest thing is that once you get it done, you only really need to do it once, and once it's done, it's done. It's not like it's something where you've got to keep doing it over and over and over again. It's something where you, and Shannon is a pro at this, she'll talk about a little bit about that, but it's something that you can do once, and it's you don't have to keep working and working and working at it. So Shannon, what are the first things that, okay, so somebody's joined us today. They're now, they understand the importance of, first of all, leveraging the internet, right? Because people are looking at you, your products, what you have to offer them, whether you're pursuing customers or you're pursuing brand builders or team builders or teammates or partners or whatever you call them in your business. They're looking at you probably not even when you're awake. Right? They're up at 2 o'clock in the morning wondering if they can pay their mortgage, or looking at opportunities, and you don't need to be there 24/7. Your brand can work for you 24/7. So we're at this place in this conversation where everybody's probably going, yep, I totally get that. So what, Shannon, would you say are the very first steps that someone new, or someone that says, hey, I need a brand makeover, or I need to really fine tune this brand? What are the first steps that someone should take?
Okay, that's an awesome question. So the very first thing that anybody should do, and we do this a lot of times when we're reworking someone's brand or we're creating a brand for them, is figure out who you are communicating to, who your customer is going to be. And a lot of times when we're working with people, they'll come to us and they'll say, well, it's everybody. Right? And particularly when we're working with people that are like in weight loss or health or fitness, they're like, everyone wants to lose weight, or everybody wants to be healthier, or everybody wants to make more money. And can you hear me?
Yes, I put one. I put two. I meant to put one. Go ahead.
Okay. So here's the thing about that. Yes, lots of people want to lose weight. Yes. Pretty much everybody wants to make more money. I'm sure even Oprah Winfrey and Donald Trump want to make more money, right? Everybody wants to make more money. But the reasons that people want to do it are very different. And when you're communicating in your marketing, you're not communicating about the benefit, you're communicating about the solution. And when you're communicating about the solution, you're always communicating in the words that your ideal customer would use. So let's take a look at making more money. A millennial would want to make more money, and we've surveyed this. Millennials want to make more money to be able to do the things that they want to do, like travel, experience the world, get out of their parents' house, pay their college loans, right? These are reasons that they want to make more money. They're not making enough at their job, that type of thing, right? So that would be millennials. People in their 30s and 40s want to make more money to pay off their house, to have income to vacation, to be able to put their kids in better schools, to not worry about the bills, to not be trapped at their job, right? These are like the main buttons for those people. People over 50 are really thinking about retirement. They want to know that when they retire, they're not going to have to be a Walmart waiver, right? So the reasons that somebody wants to make more money is very different. The reasons for women versus men are very different. For certain types of women versus certain types of men, very different. For women who are already at home taking care of children or taking care of the house and stuff like that, their reasons for wanting to make more money is to contribute to the household income, so it's not so stressful for their spouse. Men whose wives work from home want to be able to give their families more opportunity, and they don't want to work as much. They want to be at home more, right? So these are reasons that people want to do these things. So the very first thing you have to do is decide who your ideal customer is. Your ideal customer, we call it an avatar, right? An avatar is just a physical thing that represents something else. So, and that's where the movie Avatar came from, right? That's like, it's a blue, body they built and put someone in to go be like an avatar, to go be like one of those creatures. So you want to think about who your customer is going to be, and you want to narrow that down. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, how do I narrow it down? Well, that's pretty much the hardest part of branding. I mean, that once you get through that part, everything else becomes easier because now you know who you're communicating to. If you decide you're communicating to men between 30 and 50, well, you're not going to pick a pink color for your brand, right? Then once you pick your ideal customer, then you're going to get into colors, you're going to get into fonts, and you're going to get into imagery. What is the actual emotional mood of your brand, right? Like we worked with a client who wanted a very fun and uplifting brand, and her colors are very bright yellow and very bright blue. And she's dealing with a lot of like upbeat women, right? We built a brand for a crypto company, gold, silver, black, right? Like these are colors that you pick that go along with the people that are going to be interested in it. If you're marketing mostly to women, pinks, oranges, yellows, teals, right? Then you're going to pick your colors, your fonts, and your mood. And then from there, you're going to start designing your logo, your social media headers. And one thing I will tell you about logos, people ask me all the time, is it really necessary? And in my opinion, if you don't have a logo, you don't have an online identity, period. Because every time you post something online, anybody shares it, which is the ultimate goal of posting, is to get stuff shared. Anytime someone shares it, they don't know that it originally came from you. And that's a way of getting you more well known, is by putting your logo all over everything that you're posting anytime you're posting it. So if you don't have a logo, and a well-designed one, not just some clip art thing you got off of Fiverr, which is usually just junk, then you don't have an online identity. So those are the first steps that you're going to go through in developing your brand. And then once you have that, then it gets into the communication. What is the core message? What are the words you repeat over and over again? What's your hashtag? What's that kind of stuff that's really going to create an environment for you?
Hold on, I'm taking notes. I want to make sure that I get this up there for everybody. So number 5 was deciding on your communication words, hashtag, etc. And Shannon, that's one thing that I never did. I don't have a hashtag. I was really late to the party on generating a logo, simply because, frankly, I couldn't decide. Right? I got
maybe we can just do, maybe for fun, we can do a Karla Silver brand makeover.
That would be fun. I certainly could use it.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. So anything else that, I mean, this might sound a little overwhelming to somebody that says, oh, like, how do I, like for me, for the longest time, like I was searching for a font that I liked. I knew I needed to have a font. I knew I needed to, I still know I need to have a logo. But I've always had my brand in order, right? I know who I am, what I stand for, who I'm trying to help, right? Every single person that's probably watching us right now is exactly in that certain column, that silo. But I just didn't know how to do that economically with my time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I didn't have the expertise in this particular category that you do.
Yeah, I get it. And it does seem a bit overwhelming sometimes to people, but it's actually a really easy process. And it's something that, you know, we've worked with a lot of different people developing their brands, and it's pretty quick. I mean, it's like a 1 to 2 week process, and then it's launched because it's very efficient in getting it done. So it doesn't have to take a long amount of time. What can be very tedious is if people don't have any design skills or, you know, are brand new to marketing, if they don't work with somebody on it. And it is one of those fundamental things that I always tell people, it's so wise to work with someone who's experienced in that area, because otherwise it will take a long time. And it does take a bit if you don't have the correct guidance on it. And it is fundamentally one of the things that, you know, I did not do in the beginning, and it cost me a lot of time, it cost me a lot of money, cost me a lot of frustration. And then finally I just got grooved in. I worked with somebody on it and created my brand. And right now we're in a little bit of a brand evolution because I'm changing a color in my brand. And that's cool, you know, that's fun and exciting. And but there's lots of cool things that you can do to create your brand, and lots of strategies to it, but it's not a long process. It's pretty quick. And then the other thing is what we've seen with our client, like the people that work with us in the tools that we provide, is their marketing actually goes so much faster after, because when we're talking to them, they're like, I don't post as much as I want because I don't know what to post. And I feel like my stuff doesn't look good and I don't feel good about it. And when you feel good about what you look like online, all of a sudden, like the floodgates open, you're like, I want to post stuff. I want to share my brand. I'm excited to share it. I look good. I don't look like a newbie or, you know, a hodgepodge or a patched together, you know, wannabe or anything. I look amazing. And so I'm sharing my stuff. More people are sharing my stuff. And all of a sudden that starts to steamroll and catapult. So,
you know, I'm sitting here laughing. I'm laughing because it is exactly the same in real life, right? Like when I'm feeling good and I'm out and I've done whatever I need to do to make me feel good, I get so many more compliments, people coming up to me, interaction. But when I go to the grocery store in my sweatpants and my jeans and my t-shirt, I'm kind of slinking around the outside. And that makes it's exactly what happens online. And I just want you guys to hear this. This is really important. This is how how you can tell an expert. So I'm not an expert in branding. So I mentioned a few seconds ago, you know, I struggle with this piece. And then Shannon was like, but this is easy. That is what an expert brings to the table. And before we go any further, I just want to lay this out to you guys. Shannon has a free gift for you for joining us today. It is a free online course that you can have right now by going to karlasilver.com/be a brand builder. karlasilver.com/be a brand builder. I'll also put it in the comments. If you guys are watching on a replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. Again, that's karlasilver.com, and it's long. So BE a brand builder. You don't need to capitalize everything in the URL. You can just write it out and you can get a free course on how to begin building your brand. Is there anything else that I should say about that course, Shannon?
It's a very simple course. It takes you through the basics of starting your brand and really getting that grooved in. And the bottom line is, if you've started any type of online marketing, you have to have your brand in place, because if you're going to do Facebook ads, what are you going to say in them? What is your images going to look like? Where are you going to send people? You know, like anything that you're doing, you want to build a brand for yourself. It's so important. It's very, very important to do that. So I want you to get this free course. That's why I put it together, because I want to give you everything that you can possibly do, and so does Karla, everything you can possibly do to really get a leg up on your competition. And sometimes people are like, well, aren't you guys creating more competition for yourself? And it's like, yeah, but who cares? There is no you know what I mean? Like, there's so much space online, but you do need to know what you're doing so that you can capture that attention. And it's very, very powerful. So go ahead, grab that, get into it. There's examples of logos right there in the course. So you'll see a bunch of them, Lily, right there. So that's there for you. And there's examples of brand boards. There's examples of, what social media headers should look like, all of that. So awesome. Exciting, Karla. Thanks for having me out today.
I'm so excited, but I have a question here because I didn't know the answer to this. What is a brand board? What does that mean?
Okay, so a brand board, and if you grab the course, you're going to see that on there. A brand board has your logo on it. It has your colors with the actual computer numbers under them. They're called hex codes. And then it has your fonts, the names of your fonts that are chosen for your brand. And it has images on there that represent the mood or the emotional feel of your brand, whether it's like luxurious, it's fun, it's nature, it's executive, it's, whatever that feel is. Why do you need a brand board? Because if you're going to hire anybody for anything, like let's say you do get on Fiverr and you tell somebody you want them to make you 50 quote images to post on social media. If you don't give them a brand board, they're going to give you back stuff that is totally mismatched to what you want. So they might give you stuff that's all yellow or pink or has kittens in it or whatever, right? So a brand board directs everything that you do for a brand. You can walk into any company in the world and you can ask them for their branding guide. And they will give you a document, a PDF document that tells you how you can use their logo, what sizes are the logo, what colors are on their brand, what taglines they allow, what taglines they don't allow. That directs the look and feel of the business to make sure that all of your stuff is on brand. Companies have had all kinds of crazy things happen when they've brought in new people that have gone off brand for their company, and you see it like all of a sudden there's something way wrong. Like, Dove just recently went under fire for doing something that was completely off brand. Coca-Cola, right? So a brand guide directs everything that you're creating for your business, and it makes it super easy because you have it in one document. You send it to whoever you're hiring. If you're making a website and you hire a web designer, you send them the brand guide. Now they know what fonts they should use, what colors they should use, what the images, what look and feel they should have, right? So all of that is done for you.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Guys, don't forget, go to karlasilver.com, be a brand builder. You get Shannon's free introductory course. Also, Shannon is going to be joining us in September in San Diego at Top Producer Academy Live. I can't wait. She's going to be diving deep into how to build your brand. We have Carrie Roldan, who's going to be talking about leadership, and she co-coaches my Top Producer Mastermind. She is a master on I don't want to say converting, for allowing you or helping you quickly step up into a leadership position. We have Jennifer Deep Stratton, who is an amazing sales trainer, and you'll be closing business. But most importantly, I'm going to be sharing with you all of my automation, everything that I've done to build a 7-figure business. over and over, sadly. Thank goodness I built my own brand over and over and over again. And Shannon, I'm just so grateful to be here with you today. You bring enormous value every single time you're around anyone, let alone on a Facebook Live. But every single person that's watching this, whether you are live on the replay, definitely head over, pick up Shannon's course. Again, she's gifting it to you today for free. And again, that's karlasilver.com/BA brand builder. And we'll see all of you, if not here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, wherever. We'll see you on the internet, and we'll see you in real life September 7th, 8th, and 9th in San Diego. Shannon, thank you so much. I adore you. Mwah.
Adore you too, Karla. Thank you again. Bye, everyone.